One of the biggest challenges for vegetable farmers is pest control, and when you look at this particular cabbage, you will see from afar as if it is a very healthy plant, but coming in closer, you check, you look at the young leaves and the bud area, the head area, you'll see that it has been infested by pests. I don't know if you can see them. These ones at the top, these ones are aphids, and they attack these young leaves to drain water from them as well as food, and that way they result to weakening the plant, and unfortunately they get to die there if not treated. They get to die there, and even they are component of the final plant when it's being consumed at the table. This is one of the biggest challenges, and if you do not want to go for the inorganic pesticides that are being sold at the agrovets, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to simply make a pesticide to make sure that you chase away these pests. It's going to be a very short video, and it's going to only use 2 basic ingredients, maybe 3. I'll show you. The other thing that you can do is to intercrop. As you can see, I have some, let me move away a bit far away so that I can see. You can see that I have 2 lines, or I have maybe divided this a small piece of land into two particular planting lines, and this first one you can see has cabbages and has spring onions also interplanted between cabbages. It also has, at the end there you can see, though it's not fully developed, it's not developed yet, it's lemongrass. And thing with these intercropping grasses is that they also play a big part discouraging the pests. Their scent and the smell basically discourages the pests from attacking these cabbages. But that one again is not very effective, because once these pests know that they are cabbages and that these lemongrasses and onions are not the only thing on the farm, they are going to come and attack it. Again, here at the middle you can see that I have planted something. These are not weeds actually, these are carrots plants. Carrots are very effective because when they grow up they'll tend to become taller and tend to be the main plant of this small garden, and that will happen very quickly in a few weeks. And they are very effective in discouraging pests, same as onions. The good thing about cabbages is that they cover a bigger area, so they are going to look like the main plant here. And so when you want to farm organically, you need to do a number of practices together, and that's why today we're going to do that. I'm going to show you how to use the neem tree, the neem plant, to make a very cheap and cheaply available pesticide. So these are young collared plants, barely a week old. You can see the intercropping that I've done here with this lemongrass. Also on this side, this neem tree. Though this is not particularly a strategy for pest control. This is just a coincidence that it happens to be there. They're barely, especially on this particular contour, they are barely a week old, but these ones maybe about 10 days, as well as the others on that side. I'll be showing you the progress with pest control organically. I'll also make sure on that side, that particular side, I'm not going to do it organically, especially on the part of pest control, because I want to compare and contrast how it's going to be if I do it organically vis-a-vis what happens if I do it with commercial pesticides, and see how it turns out, how the differences will be. So I'm going just to get leaves from this particular plant. It's not very old, so I get the older tree leaves from the bottom here, just pluck out the stems, and just a few of them. About, I think I'll pick about 3, because I have some others in the bucket here. And that, the good thing now is that this plant is close to the plants that are being watered, so it's going to be very easy for it to get access to free water and manure. It's going to be a bit easy, and you can see the development is quite good. But some of these ones I got them from the bed when they are very huge. I've applied organic manure here and watered, some of which acts as well as mulch. They're basically very good plants. Again, the species or the variety here is on these two lines is a bit different from that one and that other side. Again, it's the first try, so I'm doing an assessment. It's got basically a test run, and you're going to see how the differences will play a part. Basically, that's about it. I have my trees here. You can dry them in sun for about a few days or a week, then grind them, make a solution of it, and mix it with soap, a bit of soap. You can just use a little like bar soap. Yeah, again, some people, I don't know how they do it, but they get oil from these ones. They tend to grind them and get the oil from it. I'm not very sure about how they do it, but there's also neem oil that you can find. It's also used for skin care. But for a case you're going to just blend these ones, I also have some others here that I'm going to show you. So here they are. It's quite a good amount of leaves. I'm going to just pluck out the trees and blend them into about I'll weigh them so that I can know the right weight, because I'm supposed to mix 500 grams of leaves to 5 liters of water. So I'll just weigh them and we'll proceed from there. I don't know if it's the effect of cold or this one is a bit unwell, but if she's unwell, I can get hold of her and give her a concoction of this one. This is also a very good medicinal plant, both for people and animals, but just a small dosage of it. So here I have my leaves. I'm going to weigh them and see how much they weigh. I reckon it's about I think it doesn't get to 500 grams. It's about 400 grams. Let's see. This is the weight of the empty bucket. It's about 650 grams. So just pouring the leaves here and see how that shifts. Doesn't shift much actually. It should be a bit steady so that it's it just gets to about 900 grams. So that's 200 grams of leaves. I think I'll have to add more. I have to add more so that it can get to about 500. So this is a citrus tree, and I've decided to use its leaves mixed with the neem leaves to make the concoction. I'll just pick a few. I think now this adds up to around 400 grams. So just go blend them, and that paste that I get, I'll boil for about 15 minutes. Then I'll let that solution sit. I'll put it in the sun, and we'll see what we'll have after a couple of hours. So here I have the paste that I've just ground and mixed with a little bit of water. I'm going to place it in the sun for about an hour. You can do it for longer, even not for experimental purposes. It's about a liter. I don't know if you can see, it's about a liter, just over a liter. I'm going to let it sit there for about an hour or so, and maybe boil it, and now get the final product. I think when you boil it, you're going to see some oil on the top at the cream of the solution, but I don't know. Let's not anticipate. Let's wait and see what happens. I don't have a specific reason for letting it sit. I'm just thinking that the sun will help me excrete more of the needed components, or what can I call them, elements in that solution to get into the water. Yeah, it's been over 2 hours since I left this jug here, and there's nothing noticeable with the, only that maybe it got thicker at the top. I'm not very sure about that, but nothing very noticeable. The volume remains the same. The smell is more of the same as it were before. Let's just go and boil it as it is. Boil it and then see what we can get after sieving it. So as you can see, it's clearly boiling, and now what's remaining is straining this mixture, and out of it we're going to see how much of our pesticide we get. Let's just strain it and see. It smells kind of a blend of the neem leaves and tea. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's very medicinal for even us human beings. So if you feel, especially, I've read they're good in pain management. One can use a few leaves, maybe put them in your tea or even eat them raw. They're a bit, not a bit, but they are very, very bitter. But if you can, it's medicine for your body. Yeah, try and press and maybe squeeze all the juice out, so that we can get as much of the juice as we can. Yeah, that's well squeezed. Looks like a chapati. Now he's going to squeeze the rest. That's meaning here. It's quite a lot. The fluid, I didn't expect it to be this much. These plus points. It's more than a half a liter. But we're definitely going to squeeze it further because I can clearly see some tiny particles in there. As you can see, the preparation is not as expensive compared to buying commercial pesticides, again, that are inorganic and are going to be very demeaning for your overall health. That's just about it. We have 2 chapatis there. I don't know what we'll do with this, so we'll just throw it in our compost. Let's strain it further, but I don't think, yeah, I'll strain it further using a cloth so that we can get a finer solution. Let's strain it one last time using two layers. The cloth, you can see also the green matter is reducing. Now you're remaining with the brown one. I think this is the last step that we're going to do. That's just about it. These are mixed. You come out with the, oh, it's again 600 milliliters. You see it's brown and clear of the particles. So this one we're going to mix with another liter. We're going to double it to make it to get to, yeah, add a liter or half a liter and add some soap so that it can stick on the plants before we spray it. Yeah, basically adding a small soap, some small soap in it, in this, so that it can stick on the plants. I guess I should have used a bigger bar. Let me get one. So hot bana. Wah!
Tungeongeza maji kwanza.
Actually the soup is enough. Sasa nikiongeza tu maji kidogo. That's enough. Now we've ended up with a liter of pesticide. We're going to use it directly, and we'll see close up if the aphids are reacting to it. As you can see here, there are a number of aphids. There's a gang or a group of aphids that have infested this particular cabbage. So I'm going to spray it, the pesticide, and see the reaction that I get from the aphids. This may not be instantaneous. I just come back after a few hours and check if indeed they are still on the plant or they've gone away.